Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a light classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about XLR and I enrolled in XLR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they not only focusing on study, they are also conducting different exam to test our knowledge, and as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, XLR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across XLR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped. So I came to the XLR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, XLR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is
Good evening, all. I hope my voice is audible to everyone.
Yes, Sushmita. Yes, Sushmita, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, students, sorry for the inconvenience. Yesterday, trainer had met with an accident, so he could not take the class by yesterday. So, today he will be continuing the class. So, sorry for those inconvenience. Yes, sir. You can start the session for that.
So one more time, actually, apologies for everyone, actually. So kind of an accident, actually. So thank you very much, actually, for the opportunity to take the class today, actually. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen. Or do you have any questions before starting the session? Anyone regarding the profile user? I think that was the last session. Any question, please let me know. All right. If you don't have, we'll start the session. So I think on that day, in the last session, so we got a theoretic something like how are you going to deal with the multiple data when you want to create new record, update, delete, upsert with multiple records, something under. Okay. Right. So for that, I have shared the link for the two things here. One is with the data import wizard, and second one is data load. Okay. So as per the real time challenge, most of the cases under we won't go with the data import wizard here. Okay. We'll be dealing with the data loader only. So this is what the tool here, data loader, kind of a pop-up you can see here. You can see insert, update, upsert, delete, export all, everything under here. Now the first task is that the challenge is that I want to insert multiple records into the Salesforce.com. If you go back to our application, okay, if you go back to our application, let us say, for that, okay, no problem. Let me go to the same hospital system. If you go to the doctor here, let us see what are the fields we have here. Can I have your please attention? I think for today alone, my voice is very low. So tomorrow onwards, we'll have a loud voice. Please adjust for it. Am I audible to everyone, right? Sushmita, please let me know.
Yeah, yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay. So for example, we have started a multinational hospital. At the same time, I want to create, like we used to get something like 100 kind of applications, right? Say I want to insert the new doctors of it. How are you going to process it? So let us say something like here, I'm going to create an Excel sheet. Excel is, it's not under the Salesforce, right? Let's say doctor plus. Right? I'm going to create some data here. Generally, this data will come from the client, okay? But as of now, we don't have any data, right? Let's have it. So kind of data birth. Okay. Kind of telephone. Specialization. So these are the columns we have here. Okay, well and good. These are the columns we have here. Okay. Under that, actually, we had just create. Just a minute, please. Just a minute.
Rajesh sir, you are there, right? Actually, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Fine. So let me enter the data, something like here, Rajesh. Okay. Sushmita, Chandana, Gaurav, Deepika. All right. Mm, Divya. Oil, Arjun. So these are the data we are fulfilling here. Generally, this data will come from the client only. Okay. But as of now, we don't have data here. Kind of data birth also we can enter. Let's say something like in Salesforce, the data of birth will take it in a format called month, date, followed by the year. So that's what the pattern will do. Okay. So as of now, for time being, let me Copy this. Telephone, you can enter some data. Dummy data, I'm just going with that actually. I'm just proceeding with only dummy data, but this is something like we'll get it from the client only. Okay. So MBBS, MS, BDS, B form. Likewise, let me copy the same for time being. I'll paste it. So let me save it. I would like to save this file, but here the question is that if you want to save this file, we can't directly go. We'll save it as an Excel workbook. We should save it in a format of CSV. Okay, you can find a CSV UTF, CSV common delimited, CSV Macintosh, CSV MDOS. So I'm using something like a Windows one, right? Let me go with the comma delimited. That's it. Okay, so let me save it. You can choose the location wherever you want to save this file here. I'm going to choose something like a desktop here and save it. That's it. Now let us say something like this is something like we have only 8 records here, only 8 records. Got it? So this is going to be a bulk record here. I want to insert all this instead of creating manually, right? One by one, I would like to deal with the multiple records in insert direction. If I go to the doctors here, so far we have only 5 items here, okay? And if I go to the data loader, so what kind of operation you're going to make it? Insert, update, upsert, delete, export, export all here. So what is the operation we are going to make it? We are going to make creating new records into the Salesforce. So what is insert? What is insert? Insert means what? Creating new records in Salesforce. So can I click on insert now? So it is asking the authentication to enter into the Salesforce. In 2 ways you can do that. Either you go with the O authentication. OAuth means open authentication by selecting environment. Like in Salesforce, we have production sandbox, right? So as of now, developer edition comes in the production. You can select it and log in. Or else you can go with the password authentication. Here, you need to provide the username, password. At the same time with the password, there will be a security token for it. This is very important. Can I have a concentration, please, everyone? When you go for password authentication, you should go with the username, password, right? Plus, in the password, we should provide the security token for it. Am I clear? So where we can find that security token? So first, let's go back to Salesforce. Go to the profile, settings here. Let me repeat one more time. Okay. So my cursor is in the right side. Just click on the settings here. That's it. And there you can find out reset my security token. At the same time, just let me copy this username and let me reset the security token. If I click on the security token here, immediately you'll receive a mail, the register email ID here, the security token. Okay. So meanwhile, what I'm doing here. So let's go back to data loader. I'm just printing the username. I know the password. So if I click on login here, it will regret it. You can't. So with this, we need to add the security token, which is reset now actually. So let me pause my screen. Let me go back to my Gmail. Yes. So this is how you receive it. So we have sent you a new Salesforce secure token. Okay. And if you just copy, this is case sensitive one, just copy without anything. Okay. So that is authentication here. And go back to data loader. So with your password, you need to print whatever the secure token here and log in it. There's an issue with the data loader. Anyway, no problem. I think it was incorrect password. So this is a page once you log in. So you can find out all the S objects. If you click on this show all S objects here, Salesforce objects here, you can find out each and everything here. So we got a file from the client here, and we want to create the multiple data into Salesforce here. Am I clear? So that's one. So into which S object you're going to work on? Yes, I want to create the multiple data into the patient S object here. Yes, I search for patient. We got patient selected and choose a CSV file where it is located. Whatever the client file, we got it from here, right? So where it is located, let's search for it. So it is in desktop here. This is CSV. CSV stands for comma separated values. Got it? So select this file and click on next. Yes, installation succeeded. The CSV file has 8 rows. Why? Because only we have 8 files from it. Only 8 records we have here. Right? So that is a message here. And okay. Now, when I go for inserting or updating anything and all, see, for example, this is something like the Salesforce S object fields like name, date of birth, right? Telephone. We'll have all these fields over there in the Salesforce. These are the fields over there in the Salesforce. But we got the file from the client, right? This is what we'll call it as data cleansing or data mapping. So here we have something like a doctor name. So what is the name? What is the column name present over there in the Excel sheet? Here in Salesforce, we have the field called DOB. Do we have any field related in the Salesforce? Sorry, in the Excel called DOB related? That is date of birth. Here in Salesforce, we have a field called telephone. Do we have the field called contact number, something like that? So this is something like we need to map the data. That is what next step. Data mapping. Okay, data mapping. Data mapping. So which field you're going to map with this? So that is what very important here. Am I clear? So for that, let's go create our editor map here. Yes, doctor name. So do we have the field in Salesforce called any name here? Yes. Drag it and drop it. Do you have field called date of birth? Yes, we have. I think it is something like a patient, right? Let me go with the doctor. Okay, let me repeat one more time. Doctor. Select it. Browse the file. Select the same file. Go to the next. Right? So we have doctor name here. So just click on this. I have something like a name here. Drag it and drop it. Blood group. Do you have any file field called blood group? No, we don't have it. ID? No, we don't have. Owner ID? No. Okay, that's it. So we are mapping for only one. If you have multiple, you can select for multiple here. And just click on next here. So where you want to save your result. Once the progression of the data completed, where you want to save it? Yes, I want to save this file kind of success or failure, right? On the desktop itself, on the desktop itself. So let me select desktop and click on finish. Yes, we got a message here, warning message here. Let's okay. See, we got something like the operation has fully completed. There were 8 successful inserts and 0 errors. So we successfully created all the 8 records. But let's go to the Salesforce and check whether we have inserted all the doctors or not. See, here it was only 5 only, right? You can check it out now. Am I clear? So that's what. So this is how we use the data loader for insert here. All right, that's very good. But now this time I want to update all these records. I want to update all these records. How? Let us say for each and every doctor over here, there are something like a missing values for the blood group here. Yes or no? I don't want to go for manually. I want to update all the doctors' blood groups here. How? See, that's what the interesting point here is that for inserting data, you don't require anything else. For update and all, we need to understand very important point here. What is the unique value in Salesforce? Unique value. If you see here, there are 2 doctors with the name called Chandana. Right? If I try to update, it comes with conflicts. So name is not the unique here. Blood group also not unique here. Yes or no? Then what is the unique value for updating? This is very important question. Whenever you want to update a record in Salesforce, or whenever you want to delete a record, or whenever you want to undelete a record, or whenever you want to upset a record, the main important point is which field is the unique value in Salesforce. So that is nothing but what? ID. Record ID. Every entity in Salesforce will have an ID, right? But here, the record ID is going to be the unique value. The unique value. What is unique means? Unique means no duplicates. Am I clear? So the unique value across the S object is nothing but the record ID center. But as per the file which is given by the client doesn't have the unique ID sender. Yes or no? We have the data, but unfortunately we don't have the ID. Then how to retrieve, how to pull the data? I mean, how to pull this data's related record IDs here, right? So for that, the data has given one more call, export. What is the difference between export and export all here? Export means You can retrieve or you can pull only the data present in the S object only. Am I clear? When you want to retrieve or when you want to fetch or when you want to pull, all the words are very same only. Again, can have your attention please. This is very important. Right? So when you want to pull or retrieve or fetch the data which is present in the S object, you can choose the export. What is export all? If I delete the data from doctor, let us say doctor S object. Okay. Even though you have deleted the data, say deleted data where it goes to the recycle bin. Am I right? So when you when you want to retrieve S object data as well as the recycle bin data, you want to process the data which is present in the S object as well as the same respect to the data present in the recycle bin. When you want to deal with the both, yes, you'll go with the export on. I'm going to retrieve the data for the doctor. At the same time, some of the doctors been deleted. When you want to deal with the both, you will choose the export all here. Am I clear? So that's all very important question in interview point of view and real-time point of view. Clear? So that's what. So as of now, we don't have a data over there in the recycle bin. Let me export. If I export, what will happen? I will get all the data with respect to IDs present in the Salesforce here. Let me save this file. Doctor export file. Why? Because I'm going to export the data, right? Click on next. So which data you required? I want ID. At the same time, I want the name also. And any more fields you require? That's it. Proceed. So operation in process, you need to wait for it. So operation is fully completed. There were 13 successful extractions under view extraction. If you want to open in the external system, you can find out. Just wait. Yeah. See? So you can find out the data at the same time with the Salesforce unique IDs and all. But as of now, in real time, basically, we use the Excel formula called VLOOKUP. Okay. I'm not teaching Excel under. Okay. Right. So you just Google it. You can find out what is VLOOKUP in the Excel sheet. I'm going to compare this document sheet with the other document over there in the Salesforce, and I'm going to export all the data here. Am I clear? So this is how we use the VLOOKUP center for comparing the sheets, and whatever the data is matched here, let's export that actually. You can find out that is later. So that is not an issue here. Now, generally, okay, generally in real time here, what will happen? Let's have the another column called blood group. All right. So O positive, O negative, AB positive, B positive, likewise. Okay. I'm not wasting time here. Let me copy all the dummy data. So if you want to save once again, you can save it. on the desktop. Let's have Doctor 2.1 update file. Generally, this is the naming convention we used to follow. Okay, so now I want to update. So before that itself, let me go back here. So you can clearly see here for all the doctors, you don't find any kind of sufficient data for the blood group here. Now I'm going to update for each and every doctor with the blood group here. Let us see how you're going to update. So let's go to the data loader. I'm just closing everything here because we have extracted all the data. We have the sufficient data over here from the client. Fine. Let me close this. Fine. So let's go to the update. Now, in which sub you're going to update here? Yes, I'm going to update the data which is present in the doctor. So which file? So choose the file here. Yes. Where it is? Is it saved or not? Let me save it once again. Okay. Yep. Let me select the file. Go to the next. Yes. Now again, here also we need to do the field mapping here. So ID, that is going to be the mapping field on this. Name, yes, that is going to be the what of blood group, even that is also mapping field. Right? So have you done the field mapping here? Perfectly. Just click on next. Oh, one second. Let me okay. And click on next. So where are you going to store your control file? Output file here. Just click on finish here. Do you want to proceed? Yes. So here you can see operation is fully completed. There are 13 successful updates and 0 errors. That's it. If you go back to Salesforce now here, so far this is one, right? Let me reload the page. See, this is what. Let me pick one, Deepika here. The blood group for Deepika one is going to be the blood group for list is O negative here. Let's go back to our Deepika. Yes, it is O negative only. Am I clear? You can see the same thing. So this is how it might be 5 records, it might be 10 records, it might be 50,000 records, it might be 5 million records, doesn't matter. But this is what the process for updating or inserting, for deleting all the records in the Salesforce file. So this is how we use the data loader. More or less data loader or data loader IO, both are same only. If you want, I can show it up. Got it? But this is something like implemented by the company called MuleSoft. Even that is the one of the parent company of the sister company of the Salesforce only. Okay. So that doesn't matter here. So again, same thing. Login with Salesforce. As developer edition is a production, right? Go to the login, enter the credentials, username and password. Right? New task here. Here you can finally import and export, right? You click on import here, we'll get insert, upset, upset and delete and all. Now, if you want to delete something like here, there is another option called delete here. If you want to delete all the records in doctor here, if you want, I can show that also. Doctor, click on next, upload the file. So what are the file we have here? I think we have all the IDs, right? Again, I'm saying when you want to update or upsert or delete or undelete, we are going to deal with only the IDs, record IDs. Am I clear? So I'm going to delete all the doctors. Okay. Just previously here. The mapping in data.io is automatically done here. So you need not to worry about that. So just click on next here. Are we done? Okay. Just click on advanced also. If you want to follow something like a timeout runner, you can do that. Just save and run it. Run it. That's it. So it is in queue here. It'll take some time for the deletion everything under. So we need to wait for it. Okay, let me reload it. See, 13 successes. Okay, let's go back to Salesforce then. Let's go back to Salesforce then. Go to the doctors. Let me reload it. See, we have nothing here. Why? Because we did delete it. If we go to recycle bin, can we find the data? Yes, we can. We can. So for today's homework is you do the upsert function. Upsert is what? You can update the existing data at the same time you can create the new data. So that is what upsert here. I'll try to share a file, right, to Shishmita. You try that file over there by using the data load. Data loading, data migration is very important task over there in the every project of Salesforce. Why? Because the business might be a legacy one. So when they're trying to move from another platform to the Salesforce under this task, data migration is very important. Am I clear? So that's what about data loader here. And if you want to use something like a data migration and all, sorry, data import wizard and all, just go to the setup, search for data import wizard. I'm sorry. As data import wizard is a internal tool. You don't want to go for installation, but what is the difference here? Only one difference. By using data import wizard, you can import up to only 50,000 records only. And that too, data import wizard will not support for all S objects. Okay, data import wizard support for accounts and contacts, leads and solution campaign members, and all the custom S objects here. But if you come to data loader, whatever the operation doesn't matter here. You can find out all the S objects here. If you just click on show all the Salesforce S objects here, you can find out each and everything under. But data import wizard will support for only very few standard S objects like accounts and contacts, leads, solutions, campaign members. That's it. It won't support for other standard S objects, but all custom S objects. And what type of operations? Yes. Add new record. What is it? Insert. Update existing records. Update. Add new records as well as the update existing records. That is upset. Again, it won't be support for the deletion. But in Salesforce, there is support called mass delete. Okay. The separately given something like a mass delete. But again, mass delete for accounts, leads, activities, contacts, cases, everything under solutions, products, and reports, everything under election. Right? So that's what. Am I clear? So that is all the biggest difference between data import wizard to the data loader. Data loader.io is the a cloud tool for the data migration one. Clear? So that's what. So this is what the tool called data import wizard and data loader and data loader IO for the concept called data migration. Are we clear? So this is how we deal with that. So now next we'll go with the next concept called automation. So what is automations? Let me give you an example for it. Okay. So before going to the concept called automation, let me make you understand what is automation is doing here. Am I clear? So generally, you'll go to the bank, you'll deposit the amount to your friends and family, right? At the same time, when you deposit immediately, will you receive a text message or email? Generally, nowadays we used to get something like a text message only. Yes or no? Fantastic. Okay. Again, you went to the bank, you withdraw the amount. Again, will you receive an SMS, kind of a text message? Yes or no? Okay, fantastic. This is something with respect to, to the deposit related. What about if you withdraw? If you go to the ATM machine, you withdraw your amount, right? And will you get immediate text message or delay of it? So immediately you receive it. Yes or no? You are somewhere, some bank, and of ICICI or Axis Bank or HDFC or State Bank of India or Indian Bank or something else. Doesn't matter. If you perform an action, if you perform an action called deposit or withdrawal, immediately you are receiving an SMS, like text message or email. Nowadays, both they are going, right? Alert message. We'll call it an alert message nowadays. But how many people are using something like a credit cards and everything? Let's say something like a, if you're using something like credit card and all, we used to get something like a bank statement, kind of a payment. Generally, all the banks are following something like a fifth of every month for payment. Before 15 days of it, let's say something like a fifth of my payment, today is something like a fifth. Let us say. So before 15 days itself, they'll send you a notification to the mail or text that. So this is the amount for your credit card payment, everything. That's what statement we'll call it a statement. Am I clear? So you're not performing any kind of a direct action to the bank, but automatically all these actions are happening When you withdraw an amount, immediately you receive it. The same time when you deposit also immediately you receive a message in terms of banking. Even the same thing, Amazon also same thing, working same functionality. When you put an order, immediately you receive a message something like, okay, order is placed successfully. You'll receive a mail, so and so product name with the cost, everything under. And you can find a button called tracking under. Am I right? So all these things happening out here. Right? So that is what we'll call as automations. Even though when you are, see, for example, if you want to withdraw amount, if you want to deposit, it's a manual action only. So before manual, after manual things, there are some automations automatically some actions are performing. So that is what called automations here. So there are two types of automations. One is immediate actions, and second one we'll call as scheduled actions. Immediate action means when you withdraw an amount or deposit something under, so you receive a text message, right? That is an immediate action from the application of bank. Your credit card details every month, the same day, same time, you'll receive all the statements under. That is scheduled actions. So when the automations are done before the manual actions, before or after the manual action, there is a automatical operation will be done. That is what we'll call as automation. So this is something like a theoretically, right? Then how do you going to achieve these automations in Salesforce? In different manners. Even with coding also we can do that. Without coding also efficiently we can do that. So what are the tools we have here for data migration? We have tools, right? For automation, what are the tools we have here? Yes, one is workflow. Second one is process builder. Can I have your attention, please, everyone, please? And third one is lightning flows. Lightning flows. Fourth one is approval process. This is without coding itself. So these are tools we have here to perform the automations here. If you want with coding and all, we'll go with the triggers. That we are going to cover it by tomorrow. About that. Right? So, and can we use all these tools over there in the Salesforce here? It is not. So as we know it, right? Salesforce is updating for each and every 3 months, right? So currently the workflows and process builder are going to be deprecated. Still, some of the clients are using it, but they are going to migrate all the flows, like workflows and process builder, to the lightning flows one. So, in respect to of our career and the entry point of view and real-time point of view, we're going to concentrate on the lightning flow only. So, how are you going to use this lightning flow? Like for using data migration, we have the tools called data import wizard and data loader, right? So likewise, if you want to automate the data by using lightning flows and all, do you have a full-fledged tool we have in Salesforce? Yes, we have. So that is what called Flow Builder. So basically, Flow Builder is a tool for the automation purpose. Am I clear? So let's go to Salesforce. Search for the keyword called only flows. So under the process automation, you can find out at the same time you can find out workflows also. See, workflow actions, everything on. Let me show you once the tool, right? Oh, sorry, workflow tools. I'm sorry. Even this is one of the automation tool only. Currently, we are not using it much more, but less client people are using it actually. But currently, most of the time we are not using it. And the second one called process builder. Even this is also going to be deprecated, so you can find out the notification here. Okay, so currently we are not using both actually. We'll use the one called flows. So under the process automation, you can find out flows here. Right? When I click on new flow here, there are different types of flows we have. Okay, so you want to go with something like a user template. So by default, Salesforce is providing kind of a default template here. If you want to choose it, you can choose it here. No, I want to create a flow from the scratch onwards. Generally, we'll go from the scratch only in the real time. What is the meaning of real time? Means real time projects. So for kind of the projects like the GK, GSK, ABP, and Microsoft projects, Bajaj Finso projects, and TD Bank, all these projects will be used by this flows only. Right? So I would like to create a flow from the scratch. Okay, let me select from the start from the scratch here and click on next. So these are the different types of flows we can create. I think it's more updated here. Anyway, so there are 6 types of flows we can create. One, screen flows. What is the purpose of this? Is use case we need to understand here. What is the use case of screen flows? Screen flow is something like related to the UI. We are going to create a form. Okay. And if you want to create a form here, we'll go with the screen flow here. What is record trigger flow? And let me compare this record trigger flow to the auto launch flow. More or less both are same only. Okay, both work on the record level only. Right? Most of the cases will go with the record trigger flows. And if you want to go with something like sub flows, like I have 2 flows, I want to call the another flow here, we'll go with the auto launch flows, everything under here. So you can clearly see here, launches when a record is created, updated, related. The auto launch flows runs on the backend. When you come to auto launch here, launches when invoked by the Apex, that's what. So when you want to invoke your flow from any other actions like Apex class, kind of an integration, kind of the backend program when you want to work with them, we'll go with the auto launch flows. Again, there is one more type called schedule flow. Okay, so when you want to schedule a proper kind of an action, we perform at a time, at a minute, at a second to be triggered, we'll go with this schedule trigger flow. Like exactly same example, like the bank notifications or statements from the bank. I used to get something like an Access Bank credit card statement by 15th of every month at 4 o'clock. So that is, do you think all the managers will be working to, okay, Rajesh need to send something, I mean, need to receive something? No, it is not. Automatically, this schedule trigger flows will work at the back end to trigger that fire. Okay. So these are platform event and record trigger, record trigger orchestration. This is related to the FLS, field service lightning, FSL, that you'll understand it later. But these four are the major things over there in the project. Am I clear? Right. So as of now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a screen flow as of now for today. Record trigger, if you have time and all, we'll talk about that actually. Right. It will be a very interesting one actually. Okay. So I'm just closing everything here. So let me search for, we are already in the flows here. Create a new flow. I'm going to start from the scratch onwards. Click on next. Let me create a screen for it. Let me create a screen for it. I want to create a screen. Let us say something like, if I go to, okay, I'll give an example for it. Sales application. I want to create a quick opportunity for it. But basically, if you see here, I want to fill up all the data. I want to fill up all the data. Like amount, opportunity name, account name, type, please, source, everything I need to type it. But I want to create a quick opportunity. How? This is something like a related UI, right? Kind of screen flow only. That is screen. What is the meaning of screen? 70 mm screen, something, right? Likewise, 70 mm screen, something like we are going to watch a movie over there. Even here also, in business point of view, screen means what? Where the user is interacting. That is what the meaning of screen here. So screen flow is something you're going to design your page for the quick interaction for the user and all. Now here, I don't want to provide all the data. I want to create a quick opportunity. Like only the something like opportunity name, close date, stage. That's it. I don't want to provide anything. Am I clear? So how are you going to do that? By using screen flows and all. Yes, we have in Salesforce called screen flows here. Okay, let me open one more time. Let me close everything. Okay, just click on new flow here. Go from scratch. Right? Are we going to create a new flow? Yes. I don't want to fill up all the opportunity details here. I want to create a quick opportunity here. So for that, let me select the screen flow for it. Yes. Okay. Okay, so there are two views here. One is by auto layout and second is by the free form here. In the free form, in the left side palette, you can find out everything. Clear? Right? In the left side, you can find out interactions like these are all something like a flow elements here. This one we'll call it as flow elements. Like if you want to create a screen here, just drag it and drop it over in the panel. If you want to perform any kind of an action or kind of sending an email or everything, you can go with the actions. And if you want to call as flow, I mean subflow, like we have created one flow here, and you want to call that flow, right? We have two flows here. This is something like a flow 1, and this is flow 2. If the flow 2 is dependent on the flow 1, okay, I want to invoke this flow 1 into the flow 2. Yes, we go with the subflows. Yes, even that is also we have opportunity for it. Clear? That's what here. So these are the interaction elements we have here in the flow. And these are something related to the logic here. Kind of assignments, decision making, loops, transform, collection sort, and filter sort. These are all related to the logic here. So these logic can be used here for the purpose of, let us say something like I want to assign some values to the user. This is something like user case here. I'm getting the values from the user. I want to assign to only the system administrator. Yes, we use this something like assignment. I want to add the value, right? Yes, we go with the assignment period. And what about decision here? Decision is something like here. Like I have 3 users, 1, 2, and 3 here. Okay, a particular data should go to the only one. A particular data should go to only 2. Second user, third user. So for that, we use the flow element called decision here. Loop is something like when you want to deal with the multiple data. When you want to deal with multiple data, I hope I'm going through the only more technical here. Try to understand here. Okay. So when you want to deal with multiple data here, I'll go with the loop here, kind of processing for it. So these are the major actions we need, major parameters we need to understand over the. And the third one here, data related. That is called creating a record, update a record, get record, and delete a record here. So we know it, right? In data migration, we learn it. What is creating a record? Insert. Update means update record means updating the existing data. Get record means retrieve the data, fetching, pulling the data from Salesforce. That we will call it as get record. Delete means removing the data from the Salesforce. What about undelete? Yes, undelete will not support for flows here. Very important point in interview point of view. The interview panel will ask you what's the difference between like workflows and flows or possibility flows and the flows will not support even all the things will not support for the undeleted and all. Okay. But if you compare flows with the Apex triggers and the in Apex triggers we have a concept called undelete there, but here we don't have it in flows and all. Anyway, now the current scenario for today's one is something like I'm going to create a new quick opportunity. Okay, so let's go back to the flows here. Now, are we going to create a screen, right? Yes, just drag it and drop it. This is one way of view the. And if you want to go for auto layout and all, you can't see the palette here. If you click on the plus symbol over there, right? You can find out the same thing here. Both are same only. Freeform is was the oldest one. Auto is something, auto layout is the latest one here. Whatever you want, you can do it. Okay. So let's go with screen here. What fields you're going to? Yes, I'm going to go for something like a text here. Okay, we have something like a name here. Drag it and drop it. Okay. And you'll have a API name. Let's go with something like a opportunity identifier. Opportunity identifier. That is an opportunity name. Identifier, another name I'm just going. Are we done? Yes. Done. I want to go with something like a date picker. Okay. So do we have something like a date here? Yes, we have. Okay. Drag it and drop it. And I'm going to have something like a okay. Estimated date. In brackets. Close date. Okay. So what's an issue here? The value can only contain the underscores. Okay, let's go with the opportunity identifier. It is asking the API name only. Let's go with that. Or else we can go with the text also. Okay, instead of name here, I'm going to remove this actually. Instead of name, I'm just going with the text. Opportunity identifier. Kind of identifier means name. Okay, estimated date. Anything is missing? Yes, I'm going to have something like a stage. Kind of a pick list, right? Let me go with the pick list itself. Okay, stage. And we have here something like a choose values here. So whenever you're dealing with the pick list values in the flows here, right? So choose the values, which values you're going to work on here. See, for example, if I go back to our record here, in stage, you can find out all these values, right? I need to retrieve all these values over in our flow here. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? So for that, for multi-purpose handle, let me create a choice variable here. Okay. So is it a pick list choice set or record choice set, or depends on that you can choose it. So if I go with something like pick list voice set handle, okay, so let me go with something like a stage name here. And object is opportunity. And what is the data type? Yes, I'm going with the pick list here. And what is the field? I'm going with the stage name here. So which order you want to go with? I'll go with the default order here. And done. Right? So totally have selected only 3 fields here. Name, date, and the pick list value. And done here. Yes, this is what very important. I'm facing 2 errors here. 1 second. Okay, so name of the value. Okay, let's go with opportunity. Okay, let me go with pick opportunity. Any more? If you click on done, yes. So we successfully created a screen only. That's it. That's it. But I want to store all those values, right? So to store the values, so do we have any lightning flow element here? Yes, we have. In the database, we have called create record here. Select it. Okay. So quick new opportunity. Quick new opportunity. That is the name of creating actually. So which record you're going to? Are you going to store the one record or multiple records? Only one record only. So let me go to the new source here for creating a one, but here the question is that you have created a new value only, but I want to assign those values, right? From where you're getting the data into which field you're going to. See, for example, here in our object here, we have the 3 fields called opportunity name, close date, and stage. If user is entering something like opportunity name, something like a Tesla, right? And close date is something like here, and stage is something like a value proposition. So whenever the the new screen, the data is comes from where it is going to store. So we need to do the map fielding, right? So without map fielding and all, even the data migration also, when you do the map fielding only, the data going to sit over there in that particular field itself. So likewise here, as the user is entering the opportunity name and the close date and stage, everything and also, but when Salesforce, where you're going to show the direction for storing the data, have you shown it? No, it is not. Then in that case here, in that case, we do the assignment here. Am I clear? So let me have the name called opportunity assignment. Okay. Now I'm going to store. Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay. Current stage equals to the stage pick field. Yeah, no, it is not. Just a minute. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, so I'll do one thing. Let me go to the first called the pick deals itself. Okay, let me go with the new resource. Okay, let me create a variable for it. Opportunity values. Okay, so data type is text here. Only one value, done. All right. Why it is not saved? Nothing wrong here. Just a minute. Name opportunity stage. Yeah. Okay. Opportunity assignment values. Yeah. So what was the last temporary opportunity values, right? Yep. And just a minute. Let me close it once again. Let me check all the variables once actually. Identifier, date, and stage. And what's the name of it? The name is going to be pick opportunity, right? Fine. So let me have an assignment. Opportunity values is the one. Okay. Right. Equals to estimated date, close date. Okay. And I want to assign one more value, right? Again, the same one. I'm going with the opportunity identifier. I want to go with another one, the same one. Equals to stage here, and done. What was the one? Okay, let me have one. Okay, so we are going to assign whatever the values comes from the screen here. We are going to assign to the values over here. So, and after that, let's store whatever the values comes from the screen to the assignment. Let's store the values. Okay, store the opportunity. Okay, so the record is going to be why it is asking you why. All right. Choice of it. Hmm. Yes, data type is text only. And done. Okay. Why it is not is checking actually. What's the new value? Record only. That is related to the opportunity one. But because that is related to the opportunity one, right? Just click on done. Yeah. And done here. And let me connect to this. Right? So, and save it. Let's have quick opportunity. And save it. So it is inactive. Let me activate it. Okay. So unless until if the all the technical features is not active, so it won't work here. So if I go for something like a debug or run here, let me go with the run. So this is how your flow looks like here. We'll enter the name called, okay, Hyundai. Estimate day. See, you can able to see the date picker, right? So, kind of same thing. And stages, see, whatever the values you have forwarded in the opportunity as object, you can find all the things here. Just click on next. And again, if you want to fill up the data, you can do that actually. So this is how the screen flows works. Am I clear? For running testing purpose, you have run or debug also you can do that. Both are same only. But debug is something like more flexible for it, everything under. Why? Because you can find out each and every transaction over here. Clear? So this is how the flows works over in the Salesforce here. So far, you have migrated the data, right? You have learned the automation by using the lightning flows under. But I want to analyze the data. Let us say something like I have opportunities here. We don't have much result over there in the hospital management system. Kind of only 13 data. If you want, you can go with the same only. But I want to analyze the patients here. I want to know how many patients are under like under 20 age. I want to know how many male and female patients been arrived to the hospital under. So how do you going to achieve this? So this is related to the analyticals, right? Analyticals. So how do you going to achieve the analytics over there in Salesforce here? Even now in this 2024 update, you can find out Salesforce artificial intelligence. Most powerful intelligence in the platform, Salesforce one, as compared to other AIs in the world. So how are you going to achieve this analytical solve in Salesforce? Through the report and dashboard. So what is report? Report is nothing like pictorial representation of data. So that is what the definition of a report. How many people know about this atlas in your childhood? In our childhood, atlas. In the atlas, Indian map, at the back, last page, you can find out kind of the percentage of what do you call it, agriculture, the percentage of corporate, the percentage of population, and each or everything until you can find out. 10th standard or 9th standard of your schools, our schools, right? So that is pictorial representation of data. So that is what called report will call it as. 90% of the companies, right? When you go for kind of a presentation to your boss or kind of your lead, right? You'll go for kind of the same report only. Especially in the business point of view, like sales, service, and marketing and all. But I don't want to use any kind of an Excel sheet and all. I want to directly generate a report. By the way, what is the meaning of dashboard? Collection of different reports. Collection of different reports will call it as dashboard. Right? So how to generate a report in Salesforce here? Easily I want it. For example, like I said, right? For the patient data, I want to know how many male and female to filter everything up. I want to generate report for it. Day by day, I need to send to my the respective senior to me. How? Right? So for that, I'm going to add one more tab called dashboard. Okay. Sorry, I'm very sorry, very sorry. Let me add one more tab called report. Yes, sir. Save it. If you go to the report here, in the left side, you can find anything, nothing, right? Let me create a new report. Let me create a new report. Okay, on which S object you're going to? Yes, I'm going to create a report on the S object called patients. So patient with doctor means patient doctor which are related to each other. Patients with laboratories and doctor, that is many to many relationship. Am I clear? So I'm just going with only the patients here. Start report. So by default, you'll get only patient name here. If you want to go with multiple fields here, you can go with that. I want to go with something like a date of birth. Let me enable the, let me toggle this. You can find out this. I want to go with the patient age also. I'm going to add all the columns here. I want to know the gender also. I want to go with something like a city also. I want to go with something like a state also. So whatever the fields data you require, you can go with that. And first save it. Save it first, okay? So patient report. Okay. Select it. So where you want to store this folder, I want to store it in the private reports here. And if you want to select your own folder, if you want to create your own folder also, you can do that. Okay, let me say this. Okay, so my custom report. Okay, I'm going to store this report over there in the my folder called my custom reports here and save it. If I save and run here, right, you'll see only the table here. You'll see only the table here. But I want to add something like a pictorial. That's what report, right? Report means what? Report is pictorial representation. So in Salesforce, when you want to add an image kind of a report, right? So first you should go with the groups here. I want to group with the Xender, okay, and run it. Now you can see the add chart here. Sorry. Clear. I can add chart here. So what type of chart you require it? So whatever the chart you require, you can do that. Clear. So you can go like this. And if you want to edit back, you can do that. So when you want to add a chart, you require to have a grouping. You can go with the group by rows here, group by column also. I want to group by column with the age here. If I click on save and run here, now again, at the bottom, you can see the data. Why it is not something like this? This is how you look like. So Xander, age, both you can see here. Otherwise, if you go like this, you can find the top. So there are 3 females and there are 8 male. Out of how many records? 11 records here. So this is how you'll generate the reports easily. Again, if you want to go with something like a grouping and all, you can do that. At the same time, I want to deal with multiple reports and all. Is it possible to do that? Yes, it is possible. Let me create a report. This time I'm going with, I have much data within the accounts, right? So let me go with account. What happened? Sorry. Okay, this time let me go with accounts and contacts. Why? Because I don't have data within my custom application. So let me go with this. Right, so I want to deal with both accounts and contact related data handle. How are you going to retrieve it as a report handle? So first, let me go with something like the a grouping value called anything. You can search anything actually. As per the client internal, we can do that actually. Uh, okay, let me go with account name itself. I want to include all the values, right? If you have a filter here, it is showing only my contacts here. I would like to go with all. Okay, so my accounts, apply it. You want to go with only created data here? No, I want to include all the dates, all time data. See, I'm able to get all the data here. If you go to the outline here, so what is the column you want to choose it? Whatever the value required, you can choose for it. As of now, I'm going with something like a title. So these are the values you got it here. So at a time, you can able to see the accounts and related contacts for it here. And if you click on save, okay, before that, let me add a chart here. I think this is new feature again. Earlier it was not. Yes. And if you click on save and run here, see. So this is what the data we have here. If you want to change the data also, you can do that. Kind of a chart also, you can do that. Likewise. It's up to the client requirement. It's not us actually. See, this is how we do that. And if you want to change the name of it, anything and all, you can do that. Even if you want to go for any kind of a changing and all, you can do that. See, the color also, color coding also, you can change it here. So this is how we used to generate the reports here. And if you want to create a dashboard also for dealing with the multiple reports and all, you can create a report for it. Okay? Test dashboard. Okay, create it. And what are the what are the report you want to have it here? I want to go with something like this one. If you want to change the values and all, you can do that. If you want to go with any kind of other one also, you can do that. It's up to you. Okay, let me go with this. Add it. You want to add one more widget? Yes. So this is how to deal with the dashboards over there in the Salesforce here. Very easily. You don't want to write any kind of a coding here. Right? So flows, reports and dashboards, all these are the very crucial important things over there in the Salesforce for real-time purpose center. At the same time, it is very important for the certification levels also, entry point level also. So whatever we are learning is very important in our Salesforce career. That's what very important. Right? So this is up to the administration kind of configuration, CRM and administration. Tomorrow onwards, for a couple of days, we are going to deal with the development part. So before going to the development part, you should know kind of OOPS concepts. What is encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, all these concepts. Anyway, if you don't know also, for half an hour, I'm going to teach all the things, everything on them. Okay, after that, practically we are knowing each and everything. Come on, everyone. Right, so it's time to learn our skills and develop our things and everything under the job oriented thing. All right, I'll stop here. So please let me know if you have any questions, Andal. If you don't have anything, you can post a chat. Okay, I don't have any questions, Andal. Okay, please do that. Over to Sushmita.
Yeah, sure, sir. So students, if any questions, kindly chat on the chat so that we will reply for that.
This is a good question from Sriram that what if I have some kind of a good outs after the course? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yesterday, I mean, day before yesterday, we have unmute. You didn't speak, I think. Okay, so there is certain time for the unmute actually. That Sushmita will take care of. Sushmita or Chandana or Amar will take care of all those things. And if you have an important question, if you want to share your screen regarding technical and all, you can do that. That is what I'm spending time for it, for asking the doubts and all. Got it? Okay. Don't ask me about the certifications, please. Okay. If any questions regarding the technical, you can ask me. Let me know. I'm just giving some 5 minutes time. Please let me know. Meanwhile, Sushmita, you can carry on. Any questions if you have, they can post me that actually.
Yeah, sure, sir. So students, like anything questions you have, you can just ask us. We will reply for that.
Yeah, you can connect with me some card. That's what. If you get the permission, Sushmita, if you have text to Sushmita about if you want to talk over there in this, I mean, Zoom or not, you can ask her to permission. Otherwise, you can't get it. This is something like a corporate level and all, so you need to understand properly. If you want really now to connect with me, you can do that by asking the permission with the Sushmita. Not only for everyone, I mean, not only for Sonkar, everyone.
So whatever doubt you have, students, now only you can clear it out. However, we do have 20 minutes of time still. You can share your screen. Whatever the doubts you have, you can just clear with Rajesh sir. You're not supposed to share any personal details like mail ID or something. If you have any query, we do have XLR mail ID, that is edl@xlr.com. You can just mail to that mail ID.
Okay. This question from Sami that, okay, how can we create a dashboard to see the sales of a product, same process? The same thing only. Like whatever we did actually so far now, actually, you create a report first. So first you can't go to the dashboard. First you need to create a report. What is the meaning of report? Report is a pictorial representation. Dashboard is collection of the reports. Am I clear? So whatever the report you have created for the accounts or contacts or anything, product also, even product also, you can do that. Okay, so let me do one thing. I think screen is shareable with everyone, right? Can able to see, right? So let me create a report. Just click on all here. You ask me about product, right? So product. So you want to go with only products or product with the price book or product with the opportunities? It's up to you. Okay. So here the question is only about the product, right? So let me select this product and start report for it. So by default, these columns been added here. If you want to remove also, you can remove it. If you don't want this something like an active product kind of a product description, you don't want it, okay, remove this column. Okay. And if you want to add any column to the respective one, you can do that. I would like to go with something like a created date and all. See, I'm getting this. And if you want to group these values and all, you can do that based upon the product name, kind of a family, everything, and you can do that. So this is how we generate a report with the products and all. No, I want to go with something like a multiple products and with the price book and all. Yes. We'll create a new report. So this time what I'm doing, just click on all here, go to the report. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go to the product. So I want to filter the data opportunity with the products and all, kind of multiple objects. So I don't want opportunity owner. Let me remove this. Opportunity name, everything else, but you can see only 3 records only, right? But if you go to the filter, okay, I'm going to have something like here. The date is going to be, no. Let me have all the time data. So based upon this, you can filter all the data. If you click on save and run here, some name with that. You can do this. But we didn't have the opportunity to add the chart, right? So for that, whenever you want to add a chart, you need to have a grouping value. Unless until if you have any if you don't have if you're not providing any kind of a rows here, you can't. So if you go with the type here, any value, it might be any field value. Just click on save and run. right? So I would like to view this data as a pictorial. I can do that. Any value, you can do that. This is how it will. This is all something like a generating AI here. All are related to the data you are going to convert them to the image. That's what report means. Good question from someone. Any more question, please let me know. Thank you, Samir. Thank you. I hope you understood right. Very good, very good. Any more question, Divya, Saurav? Anyone? All right, I'm done with it today actually. So thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Saurav. Okay. Good for follow up everything on that. So tomorrow onwards, we are going to start the development one. Right? So we'll start the programming one. For a couple of days, you're going to be administrator and developer. All right, thank you very much for the opportunity for today.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So students, again, I'm sharing the attendance link. So kindly mark your attendance. If you don't have any question to ask, you can just stop the session. So I'm just sharing the attendance link. Make sure that you will be marking your attendance and then only exit the session. So there are no questions I can see. So I hope there are no questions to ask. Fine, we'll wind up for the day. So we'll again meet by tomorrow at 7 p.m. Okay. Thank you all.